You are watching Soundwave's Soundwave Sunday. Operation Question and Answer. Initiate. Booyah.
Hello Autobots and Decepticons, my name is Soundwave and I'd like to welcome you guys all to another Soundwave Sunday! In this episode we answer questions, so nothing different there. And actually a couple general announcements. I read through everybody's comment on why they subscribed to me, and you guys all rock. You guys are really awesome. I really enjoyed reading through those, and I enjoyed learning about what your favorite series was as well. So that was pretty cool. And I was also going to answer another question, but it didn't come up in the questions, and it was coming up before, so maybe I'll just wait until it comes up again. But anyways, let's get this started with our first question from William Airjokey. I think that's how you say your last name. I apologize. And your question is, hey Mungry, what's your favorite attribute? Mine's brute strength. And my favorite attribute has to be either speed. Well, actually, you're asking me for a favorite overall. So I'm gonna go with intelligence, because I feel like if you're smart enough, you can get yourself out of any sort of snafu that you got yourself into in the first place, which would mean why are you there if you're smart enough already? But anyways, you can get yourself out of any sticky situation, and you also have the knowledge to like make things and create a bunch of cool stuff. So I'm gonna go with intelligence. Next question comes from Mr. Master CGL. What is your favorite book and why? Well, I'm not gonna be able to break down just a specific book on this because I don't know how to read. No, I'm kidding. But I do have a favorite series and I have a favorite author, and the author is R.A. Salvatore. And I think that's how you say it. It's either R.A. Salvatore or Alve Salvatore. I'm not exactly sure, but you can look him up. He's very, very popular, and he writes the, I believe you'd call it the Legend of the Drow series, but it's a whole long book of series. It's based around a character named Driz Do'Urden, and he is a dark elf, and it's like more of like a fantasy style book. I really enjoy that type of reading, and I enjoy that type of game a lot. That is probably my overall favorite. I think that's why I enjoy the Zelda series so much. And I would have to say I like this book because it always keeps you on the edge of your seat. You don't know what's going to happen, and it's this drow who's always trying to fit in with society, or he's trying to either fit in or get away, I should say, from a certain society. So it's very interesting, and it really gets you into like a personal feeling with the guy, and you feel for him, and you also have some epic adventures and some classic battles with him, which is pretty awesome. And actually, I didn't read any of his books. Call me lazy, but I listened to him on audio, and I used to listen to him at my job, but I don't work there anymore, so I don't listen to him there. So I listen to him in my car, which is pretty awesome, because every time I'm like stopped at my place, I'm like, oh man, I want to hear the rest of this part here, and so I like end up sitting in my car for like 5 minutes, but then I'm like, wait a second, now I want to hear more. So I just gotta like shut it off, and then I'm just wondering the rest of the day. So I'm always tempted to like go out and sit in my car to listen to it, but then I'm like, you know what, I gotta just listen to it when I'm driving, because otherwise I'm gonna run out of these audio CDs, because I have the whole series on CD. So I really, really like that series, and I definitely recommend it to anybody who likes any sort of fantasy stuff. And the author, again, is R.A. Salvatore. Next question comes from Jetfire4677. Mungry, do you know when Transformers Universe is going to come out? Soundwave Sunday! P.S. I subscribe to you because you're a funny commentator. Well, thank you so much. And I wanted to thank you guys again for all those sweet comments. They were awesome. And I don't know when Transformers Universe is coming out. I got invited to the closed beta, but I can't say anything about it. So I have played the beta, but I don't know when the actual game is coming out. Next question comes from Darren Chung. What if you can make your own game? What would be the name for it and why? Now, I think games with like 1 or 2 words for their name are pretty epic, but I'm not too sure exactly what I would call my own game, because there are so many different options out there, and I can't think of any right now off the top of my head. Let's call it Mungry Goes to Red Lobster, because that would be just a classic, and it would be fun for me. But no, for real, I don't know what I would call it. You know, I would have to put some thought into that a lot. I feel like something with like epic or legendary would be in there, but then it better live up to that title. So I would have to think about that one. Next question comes from GBX Danger. Hey Mungry, if you ever wanted to be a rock in a hard place, where would you be? Now this, I had to look at this question and be like, This is an interesting question because that means, one, that you're in like a very awkward situation, and two, you would have to be sort of comfortable in that situation to enjoy it. So I'm gonna have to say something like, I would want to be in a crazy situation here, like maybe an alligator getting a tooth pulled, or a skydiving with a parachute, of course, or maybe even something like getting sawn in half at a magic show. I think that'd be pretty cool as well, but it would also be kind of scary at the same time. Let me know if you guys would think of anything more on the safe side, or if you would go even more risky than I would. Next question comes from Enzo Peruzzi. Hey Mungry, I think that TF Prime would be a lot better if they took all the humans and just let Agent Fowler, as he gives military support. What do you think? Soundwave Sunday! And I think you're a genius. I think that's a great idea. Take out the kids that get in the way, and then Agent Fowler could be the human influence, and he would actually be useful. So I think that's a great idea. Next question comes from Shockwave Fan 1414. What is your #1 tip for Fall Cybertron players? Soundwave Sunday 34. My #1 tip is not anything that's probably going to improve your game at all, but it's to find a couple players and play with them and enjoy the game with friends, because that's how it is fun. Definitely don't play by yourself all the time if you can. Now, I, on the other hand, end up playing by myself a lot of the times because I commentate over the video, and I think the game would be more fun for me if I just sat down and played it sometime with some friends or just anybody that had a microphone on there. But I would say my best tip for anybody that wants to play the game is to put your mic in and make some friends on the game, because it is a lot more fun playing with others than playing by yourself. Next question comes from 316 Tune, Soundwave Sunday number 34. Dear Mungry, who is your favorite Transformers Prime character? Because mine has to be Smokescreen. Well, I would say Starscream is my favorite Transformers Prime character, but now he's kind of like loyal to Megatron, so it's like, ugh, stop being loyal to Megatron. So I don't know, I'm teetering between Starscream and still Optimus in there a little bit, but I don't know. You know what? I really have been liking Knockout a lot these days, so he's kind of coming over to my favor as well. So we'll have to see. I'm waiting for Starscream to come back to his normal shenanigans in the next season. Next question comes from Jay Lewis. Hey Mungry, apple pie or cherry pie? Soundwave Sunday number 34. I like both the pies, but if I had to pick one, I have to pick nice warm cherry pie. Next question comes from James04E123, and this isn't really a question, but a really, really valid point. Mungry, you gotta admit, it would be pretty cool to be Sam. You would have a hot girlfriend, and you would have Bumblebee as a pet. Well, I don't know about a pet, but a friend. Let's go with a friend on that one. I'm gonna change that a little bit on you. And who needs cats, dogs, rabbits, and a fish or a turtle when you have a giant yellow robot with eyes you can't say no to? Spoiler alert, his eyes were the best scene in Transformers 3 when Barricade was about to kill him. Also, he is a car, so it saves a lot of money. So I figured that was a really good point, and I liked where it was coming from. So no question there, just thought I'd show that on the screen. Last question comes from Mega Star Screamer. Mungry, where is Turtle? And I've been getting this question a lot, so I figured I would just throw this up here. I'm not going to answer a question that isn't directed for me, because that's something that only he can answer. But I will say that he has been in quite a bit of my videos recently. He hasn't uploaded to his own channel, so I know he's pretty busy, so I would just leave it at that. And I know this question is kind of directed at where he is for his own channel, but that's something I just can't answer. It's something only he can answer. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Soundwave Sunday. Please remember to leave your questions for the next one in the comments below. And have a great Sunday, everyone.